Colt gave me a strange look. Come on, fillies, I can feel the chill in the wind. We need every dancer we can get this year. Come help me show her the ways of the dance. They looked to each other. Whatever you say, Colt. Abel came over with Az and some other broncos. The fire was warm, but I was still slightly shaking. The drums were making the ground itself pound as we all held hands around the tall, large flames. The whole camp glowed in the colors of yellows, oranges, and reds. We danced and danced until morning. The next day, while others were sleeping off the dance celebration, Colt, Lavender, and I went back to training hard. Colt explained he wasn't putting weight on Atropos. That's why he used the water to float above him, only letting him feel his legs to his sides. And when he walked out of the water, he would jump off his back. Since it wasn't good to sit on a horse this year, the day finally came I had passed Colt's final test to be in his eyes a capable rider. Colt said to stay with Atropos anywhere I wished to go, walk with him there on lead. Lavender was there on snow. It was her turn to be the one to teach, but Atropos took to me with his lead, as I did to him. After a while, I knew what Colt was talking about within the next month of walking beside him. He watched for any dangers and would tell me. It was almost like he was talking to me with all his body movements, and soon a rope lead was no longer needed. We were one. Lavender was now the one in charge of teaching me the metal whistle and how to read Atropos's body. Colt had to get back to other duties. The winter months came and the first snow was later than everyone had predicted. The weather was warmer than the elders had seen in the past, so maybe the dancing actually worked. A few years have passed since that first winter. Seasons come and go. It was winter now once more. I was really starting to love my life here. The only part I disliked was with each year a new mark was placed on the arms. It was always done in a day to the entire herd during winter of all times. The pain was quick and didn't last long with the numbing powder after, at least for me. The other fillies wanted more intricate, pretty marks that took time to complete with more pain. I just wanted it over with, though, almost painless. I still didn't like it. As I looked to my newest mark of the year, I remembered when Colt had given me my first mark. His didn't hurt half as bad as when the mares did it. You could tell when a bronco would get the mark of the year. All the yipping like wild dogs excited to show off their bravery. The mares never let out even a sigh when they were receiving theirs. I looked over to my curly coat, who loved rolling in the snow. I wasn't a big fan of the cold myself. Many days I would spend inside my home. There was a tradition the herd did each year, called Christmas. It was something like Harltsmas, but they would bring out small wooden figures carved very detailed about a baby born in some hay with animals all around. They would place it on a table where all the herd could come see it and admire the workmanship. It had been passed down for many generations. I liked it much better than our tradition of Harlts, in a green hat on a shelf watching over us. Cookies and candies were made, gifts were given to each other, a tree was decorated with all types of baubles. It was a lovely time. I had made Lavender a pair of purple mittens. One was a little bigger than the other, but it was the best I could accomplish after many tries. Abel seemed very homesick. He was never at camp, always among the horses in the field, and the stallion never gave him a hard time about it like he did the other boys that goofed off instead of hunting. I gave him an arrowhead I had found in a stream. I thought maybe he could use it when he did go hunting. For Az, I made an electric-like blue dye by mistake one day, and instead of throwing it out, I had bartered for some light-color long leather strip that I dyed blue. I gave it to Az, thinking he could make it into something he liked, like a bracelet or hair tie back, and he seemed to like it. He now was always so hard to read.